Hey, what's up, everyone? My name's Ryan, and I'll show you how to build your own snow globe today. So, you can buy one of these, make your own snow globe. Turn a light on. Make your own snow globe kit, but all it has really is the plastic container and some instructions in it. And I don't think I would do it exactly like the instructions did, and I'll tell you why soon. But you could maybe do that if you're careful, use a glue gun. But I tried it, and unless you're really careful with it, or especially if you don't use enough glue or don't hold it down long enough or whatever, it won't work. So, personally, I would do it differently. Here's what it says though. You need, well, let me show the camera. It says you need a plastic snow globe, you need hot melt adhesive, glue gun, so basically glue with the glue gun, the glue stick, and then glitter, fake snow, or possibly both, water, a small figurine or ornament. Okay. So it even says, you can't really see it, sand both of the bottom of the focal piece, and it, so I guess I'll just read it actually. Sand the bottom of the focal piece and the interior seal of the snow globe where the focal piece will be placed. This will allow for better adhesion once glued. Maybe that's true, but I wouldn't glue it. I would screw it in. I'll tell you why. Because at least for this kit, you can just screw through the plastic, and there's this second cap here, so if you're worried about leaks, you have this extra cap, and you can glue, and even you don't even need glue to seal this really. From my experience, it seals without it, but you can even glue around where you screw it in to help kind of seal it too. So I don't think leaking is really going to be an issue. If it does leak, it'll be so slow. I don't know. It'll probably be like a drop every few hours or something. So I don't think it's going to be a big deal. I tried making one of these before, and I'll show you what it looks like. So I clearly messed up on how to do it, but at least it's durable, and you can shake it as hard as you want, and probably nothing's gonna come loose. Because I used foam. Maybe you can't really see it. I used foam little spheres, but they float to the top, and they don't go down when you shake it. Really, they just float back up. So you're supposed to use something with similar buoyancy to that of water. So something that either barely floats or barely sinks. So I'm thinking airsoft BBs would be perfect, or white rice or something like that. That's somewhat cheap and works well as snow. You can even buy fake snow. It's weird. What each Dollar Tree is different, by the way. This came. This. Sorry. This kit came from the Dollar Tree. That's how I kind of made this. And I bought this little figurine from the Dollar Tree too, and screwed it in, and bought some glitter. I probably used too much glitter though, but at least it looks pretty cool. I should have centered it more too. Notice how Mickey Mouse is more on the left side. Okay. I just maybe was frustrated and was kind of rushing through it near the end after failing so much in the beginning. So it's not easy to make your own snow globe, and still doesn't look perfect, but at least it looks good enough to me that I'd keep it. For just a few dollars to make something like this, that's so worth it, and you get to make your own. So let's go into it. Some of these steps I don't think are really needed. Like, you don't need to sand anything if you're just going to screw it in. So I wouldn't sand anything or use the glue gun. I wouldn't even use the glue gun personally. It's just not very durable. It just comes loose, especially with water, unless you do it really well. And shaking it too, like you shake it. Like, I don't get why they recommend using a glue gun. So, and they say you can fill it with water or baby oil. I don't know why you would fill it with baby oil. I would just use water. Water's free and looks just fine. So coat the exterior sides of the, and they make it seem like it's gonna leak, but in my experience it hasn't leaked. So I don't even think these instructions are very wise from experience. I just prefer things to be durable and for things to function well. So I'll help you guys out and speak from experience on how to make a snow globe, because I've already made one and it wasn't perfect, and I had to take a lot of the stupid foam spheres out. Never use foam spheres because they'll just float to the top and cling to everywhere. Okay, so either buy fake snow for $1.25 at the Dollar Tree, buy white rice, or maybe airsoft BBs, and maybe something else will work that I can't think of. But let's get started on this. So the first thing you should probably, one mistake I made before, by the way, was adding too much glitter at a time. You should probably just take a little pinch and throw it in there. Add some water, and glitter will naturally go to the bottom, so you can just tilt it upside down like this. And I mean, you could shake it first and see if it's too much. If it's too little, then you just tilt it upside down, let the glitter fall down, and then put some more glitter in it. And by the way, you shouldn't fill it all the way to the top with water at first. You should, well, I guess you could fill it almost all the way to the top, or even if you did fill it all the way to the top, it wouldn't be a huge deal. It's just if you need to adjust it later, like add more glitter or whatever, then it's just kind of hard. And when you finally do this too, you should fill it like as much as you can with water, and when you screw it on, just let the water seep out instead of having too little water and then you have this weird air bubble in it. So I think the first step should be open this, take this little cap off, and remember there's two caps. So this one is what we'll be screwing through, and you don't even, I would personally use a drill, not a screwdriver, but I'm just, I don't feel like getting my drill out, so I'm just going to push really hard with a screwdriver, but I wouldn't recommend that. I would rather recommend a drill, because if you push really hard, then it's kind of like bending the plastic and could leak more, and it's just, and it doesn't screw it in as tight or well. So, but shoot, my webcam. I'm gonna do it anyways. Screw it. Literally screw it. Just use whatever screws I have. Even though I probably should use skinnier screws, it would be easier to get it through. But first, actually, you have to get a figurine. I just got like any figurine that I kind of wanted, or out of the list. Let me turn this off, this light, so it's blinding. So because this is Eva, I don't know why it doesn't, oh, it's, or Eva, whatever, from Wally. So this was only $1.25 at the Dollar Tree. Let me open it up. You could get Christmas stuff too, but I just wanted a Disney, or is it Pixar, I guess, character. So center it, okay, and just literally just, actually first you should probably here, like put the screw where it needs to go, probably in the dead center if you can find. Yeah, it even has a small circle, if you can even see it, like right here, this small circle that's already kind of, so that makes things a lot easier, even though you could just eyeball it. Some things have to be kind of precise, but yeah, you can just eyeball it. I'll probably just screw it in by hand at first. I don't know, we'll see. Just push really hard. I'll show the camera in a second. Well, I guess I could show you guys, but just push it in really hard until it, I guess, bends the plastic a little bit, but at least it weakens it enough to where you can screw something through. Alright, so see? Look. It's getting messed up. Okay, so look, I pushed it hard through, and you can see it's coming out the other side. And then this is where you probably want to have the figurine, some piece of it. See where this little, this part of it is? And you can see that leads to the stem of the body. That's probably a more stable spot, and it's in the center anyways to screw it in, so I'll probably do it in there. But ultimately you could probably do it somewhere else. It's just you won't get as deep into the figurine, and it won't be as stable if you don't do it the way I'm doing. But I gotta do some of this off camera. It's just too hard to show the camera and focus on all this stuff. So I'm just going to screw it in actually a little bit and then kind of gouge the toy onto the screw. Even though it's really hard plastic, it would be better, by the way, if you use a shorter screw than I used, because some of this will be sticking out at the end instead of up against the shoot, and that's really hard plastic. Maybe I wouldn't get a figurine that's really hard plastic. I guess you don't really know until you buy it, but try to get a toy that's not hard plastic, like I don't know, some figurine you think is made out of a softer type of material. Yeah, because I don't even know if I can screw this in. It's crazy. Let's try without the screwdriver. I might need my drill. Yeah, because this is so tough. Yeah, I'm not gonna be able to get it. But if I did, I'll show you. It would just be this character. I'll unscrew it a little bit, just in the center. So I could just maybe show it without that for now. So, gosh, yeah. See, it just whatever. I'm just gonna take the screw out for now. That's how you would do it. And then you would have it, it might be a little bit raised up from the screw, but theoretically you wouldn't want it raised up at all, so you would want to use a skinny screw so it pierce the plastic easier. And like both this plastic and where this base part, whatever you call this, the base part of the head, yeah, can be up against the plastic to hold it tight, so you don't have to worry about it coming unscrewed or something or leaking. So then this would be here, tight if it was done right. And then if you do have a background, you might want it directly behind it. Let's just say for this one we don't need a background, but I guess we could always put some kind of background. For the other one I used a snowflake. I suppose I could just use a snowflake. Alright, like you can buy these decorations at the Dollar Tree. I would try to maybe get a slightly smaller one if I could next time, but oh well. This, and then whatchamacallit, oh, the trees I had. So I had some trees, mini trees. Gotta be careful with these, and yeah, screw them in and don't glue them, because they'll probably come loose if you glue them. So, and if I'm putting trees in the background, if you're putting trees in the background, probably, actually, you might even want to make this a little bit off center and move it up a little bit so that you have room to put the trees behind. Okay, but I don't know if I even need trees, but I'm probably gonna do it anyways. I don't know where all my other screws went. I'll just probably put true trees behind it because I only see 2 more screws. So let's just move this out of the way. I'll just put one tree on the far left and far right side so you can see it without the body of the figurine kind of blocking it. Pierce it through like before. Okay, and let's pierce the. Just gotta be careful. Gotta be careful with some of these figurines because they might be kind of delicate, and that's why I like everything durable, so I can just manhandle everything and not have to worry about it. Or I guess I don't need to do that, but I just prefer to not be worrying about something just going bad in case I'm scatterbrained and or in a rush and don't take the best care of it as I could. Yeah, or don't think of something and accidentally break it. I don't want to have to worry about that. So yeah, see, I screwed this in, and that's that much too much space, but it still does the job. This is a little bit raised up, but it's fine. It doesn't really matter to me. Now, one more on the far left side, right behind where we want the character. Trying to make it symmetrical. I like to do it by hand first. So this screwdriver just doesn't seem to work as well for holding, for stability. Dang, man. You gotta push this screw in hard with like all your strength. It's kind of hurt my thumb though. Okay, let's see. I'm gonna show the camera in a second. I mean, it does. If you can do it right with a screwdriver, it's just I have trouble centering it when I use a screwdriver. Okay, because it just wants to flop. Okay, and then put this tree on it like before. Probably put it too close to the edge. And then kind of stab it on. And hold it down as you screw it in more. That's one way you could do it. Until it's really stable. Alright, that's good enough. Well, it has to be kind of... Shoot. It has to be kind of straight too, though. But hopefully you would want to center this. Yeah, I'm going to redo this and center it. Well, it doesn't help that the screw is kind of off center too. And of course the tree fell off. How did that happen? Oh, I guess they glue it on and it came off. So, yeah, you might need hot glue to fix this. I didn't even notice that. That's how they glue it. They just glue it on, like on the top like that. So, I have to fix that later. But for the sake of argument, or whatever, you could put something like this in the background. You don't necessarily need a background, but you put a snowflake in for the background. Let's just pretend it has 2 trees on it. Okay, and this character. Okay, so you put it in, and it kind of looks like that. Not too bad, right? You could put it, yeah, another tree on the left side. Once I fix this, it'll look kind of like that. Okay, and what else do we need to go over? Oh, fake snow and water. Okay, gotta be careful with all this glitter or glitter-like stuff because things keep dropping. It's kind of annoying because I made a huge mess with foam spheres that were kind of like snow, except they probably cling more with static electricity than other things, but still. Okay, let's cut this. Alright. Let's just take all this stuff out. Yeah, see, I wouldn't screw it by hand. It might come out, even though I did do this one by hand. But I think I pushed really hard and etc. So, do it with the drill. Okay, but let's just pretend it all got stuck on. I'll have to show maybe the next video how to actually do it right and get a drill out. Okay, so we're just gonna pour. This seems like snow and kind of glitter, so you don't really need glitter, even though the other one I did use some glitter and used a pinch at a time. For this one, we would probably want a decent amount of snow. I'm just gonna guess and then test it out and we'll see. Okay, that's probably, just gotta be careful with it. Maybe have a little bit less in it at first so that if it spills, I guess you could always put what spills back in the bag instead of the globe, but still. Okay, we're gonna work with this and fill it with water and see how it goes. Of course, the figurine and stuff will add some space, so it'll make it possibly overflow a little bit, which might be okay. But anyways, let's just put this back on. Actually, there's no figurine on mine, even though there normally would be. So maybe I'll waste a little bit of snow just to show. Actually, I'll not waste snow. It'll have a little air bubble in it, but I don't want to add water when I know I shouldn't, because the figurine and stuff will be in there later. So look, shake it. Maybe I put a little bit too much snow. Yeah, I think this is a little bit too much snow, but yeah, next time you should just add like a pinch at a time, because you see all this snow that is kind of floating. It's just a little bit too much. It probably should be actually a lot less snow than that, but maybe it's fine if you're okay with it. I just personally would use probably about a third of what I did. You see all this floating see all that floating in the water? Those are fine, but it's just a little bit too much, and you can tell it floats in the water because when you tilt it upside down, now it's going back up. But I guess you could shake it. Now it is kind of leaking because this cap isn't on, and I screwed it in. When they don't recommend you do that, they recommend glue, which, yeah, it's less prone to leaking, but it's less durable. So I would just screw it in, and you have the secondary cap. But if you have only one cap and not a secondary cap, and it's hard to screw through, like a mason jar, like this other one I got, then, or is it even a mason jar? It's some sort of circular jar I got to do one of these snow globes and have a more durable snow globe, or just a different kind of globe. But anyways, it would look kind of like this. You can't even see the snowflake in the background though, so obviously I added too much snow. I can always take some out. It floats, so I could just scoop some out. Not a huge deal. This was only $1.25. So fake snow you could buy or make yourself, and basically it will look kind of like this, except with this figurine inside of it and a tree and stuff. So I'll have to work on fixing it later, and it would look really good. So snow globes are not easy, and I can understand if you would get really frustrated with it. You just gotta slow down and not rush through it. You gotta, well, it's better to do it right from the beginning instead of trying to fix it later. But if worst comes to worst, like I was saying, you could scoop some out or whatever, and hopefully that would work, and re-glue all this other stuff down to get it to work right. Yeah, next time buy a figurine that's not really hard plastic. You could probably tell by looking at it if it's really durable, if a real durable figurine, or if it's a figurine that's more meant for like decorations. So thanks for watching. Stay tuned for the next video.